Hey, thanks for coming back. I'm going to share with you one of my all-time favorite indicators. That's the Volty Channel. I don't know if you've seen this before, but it comes in a lot of forms. I put a package together that includes all the different types of Volty Channel indicators I can find, and they let you. The ones that I use all let you change time frames. You can have multiple time frames. You can make them as risky or as long term as you want. You can set them up with lines, with arrows, just dots, bar charts, or you've got one that actually shows, when things are about to ready to change. Um, and the strengths and weaknesses of basically the trading. So just to share with you, we're looking at a 4-hour time frame, and this particular one is set on a daily, so that you can kind of see a daily time frame. And we could set that up to be, if we wanted um, to trade on the same time frame we're on. You can see that really makes things a lot tighter. So if we zoom in, you've got a lot tighter trading. Maybe you want to get rid of some of this whiplash. You could do that by changing a few of the settings. Run this up to about a 4.5 on the KV scale. Um, Maybe get that to trade a little quicker. You can change your moving average to exponential or weighted or whatever you might like. You can see that just took a lot of the whiplash out of it. And you can set this on all types of things. We might want to move the moving average length a little bit longer and make this a little bit shorter and give it a weighted average on the moving average. You just do one at a time and see how that changes things. When you get it to the way you like to trade your style, then you stick with it, and that will keep over all the different time frames. Notice if we go to a 1 hour time frame, well, we didn't set that up for 1 hour time frame. So let's go back here, set that up for all time frames, and go back, look at the daily. Now you could check and see what it's going to look like on the daily. This is an uptrend on the daily, and we're just coming out of a downtrend. We're going back into an uptrend, so that's probably a good time to get into this trade. But this kind of will help you set your trend lines too, because if you know that's all been an uptrend, you know that these are probably just support areas. So that gives you a better idea where to start trading the next time. You can set these bar charts the same way. We might want to set that up to be a daily. It is set up as a daily, but remember our multiplier was a little bit higher, so we can set that at 4.5. Whoops. And get something that's kind of similar. So that's all. You just kind of decide how much risk you wanna put in that. Maybe we don't want our average time range to be quite so large. We can change that a little bit. We can go in here and change these open and closes to different parameters. We might like the weighted time frame or the weighted moving average better. Got all different types of moving averages in here that we can use. A lot of times, just a simple moving average is going to be good too. So that will change these as you go. Let's go back down here and pick something maybe a little bit more drastic so you can see the differences. Super smooth. Probably on such a big time frame, it's not changing a whole lot, but you can change the upper and lower bands to be weighted closed or regular closed, or you can use the midpoint meridian um, and change. This one down here actually shows the strength and weakness of the trade, of the trend as it's going. So that's a really nice one. I kind of like it. So remember we were talking about 4.3 on the KV before, and 0, and maybe 4. That's going to get us pretty close to what the other one was. Okay, so now we're in uptrend, downtrend, and we've got to change that to remember we're trading 1440. Now we're in a complete uptrend. So you can run these side by side, still get a good look. Let's reduce that a little bit and see what the differences are. This one stays in an uptrend, it's a little bit longer. That one gets out a little bit sooner. So we might want to change our settings a little bit on this one to get out a little bit sooner. Drop that down to maybe a 2 and a 3.5. When you get it to where you like the trading, then that's where you're going to stay with. You don't want to keep second guessing it and changing it all the time, but that looks pretty good. We've got some nice long downtrends, some nice long uptrends. So you can see those get you into some huge moves. Now in the meantime, you can put the line indicators on the chart and do the same thing, or you can have those be a little shorter term to let you know good points to enter and exit. That's what I do. So the Volty channel can be set up on multi-time frames. It can be as risky or as you know, as if you want to do this as a, you know, a lot of people like to do scalping. So you can actually set this up as a scalper. As you can see, we've got all these on the same chart. If we get some of these off, that helps a little bit. If you want to take some of the whiplash out of it, you go back down here. We're sitting on a 5-minute chart. We might want to set that up for a 30-minute chart. So you can see some nice long trends. We could do this as a trend trader. We could do this as a scalper. We can change this one to a 60. So we've got one on here as a 60 time period, one on here as a daily time period, which they're pretty close actually. So, you know, and that's totally up to you how you want to trade. If we want to put that one on a 15-minute, we can. And even get a little bit closer. So we can use this for scalping. We can use this for about anything that we want to. And use as many or as few indicators to get you in and out of trades. So I hope that helps. The Volty channel is excellent. I'm going to put a link down below so that you can get all of these put together. Now I haven't designed any of them. This is just to put them all together so you don't have to go searching all the time and figure out how to find all these multi-time frame indicators. And I hope that helps you be a little more profitable in your trading.